The research has been pretty compelling and consistently so in terms of what's determined clinical significance or efficacy. In fact, the American Pediatrics Association in 2009, when they look at how they rank treatments, they put cognitive training and neurofeedback as an efficacious treatment for attention deficit disorder. So it certainly has gotten the attention of the medical community and some of the other more fields in terms of psychology in accepting it as being a treatment that's worth exploring. It is a mix in terms of the clients that come through, in terms of whether or not they're already treated for their symptoms and diagnoses and those who aren't. A lot of the clients that we have, again, have a full psychological assessment as a part of this, and they want to do these treatments first. In fact, our psychiatrist oftentimes recommends, let's try other treatments first before we look at medication. And so we will do these. Then there are others that are already prescribed, and we allow them to continue whatever their current treatment is. However, when we get data for assessment, I have them off medication and on medication, because I want to know exactly what I'm dealing with, where the benefit the medication is, so when we reassess, I can reassess both off and on and really know then where what's contributing, if it was all just the medication or if they truly have received benefit from the treatments. And so I've had some clients who have started with medication, but over time have been able to go off some or certainly reduce. And I think that's the goal for most, is that parents are really uncomfortable, putting these agents in their children. It's a very weighted decision, and their goal is for them to gain independence and learning so they can function without the need for the medication. So I think that's a goal for most of them. And that's why we're actively monitoring that and working in conjunction with whoever their treating profession is to make those decisions together. In terms of the actual population that I've served here in this office using these treatment approaches, first I would say that at least 50% of the people I treat here I am using these techniques with, and that is increasing. Now, in terms of the percent of that who've received benefit, I would say that it's been about 75% of the students or the individuals that I've treated have yielded some benefit. Those who haven't typically have some coexisting conditions in terms of compliance, and they tend to carry diagnosis more within kind of the oppositional defiant disorder realm, where they're not always compliant with treatment, and that is a big part of it. If you're not going to be compliant and you're not going to work with integrity with anything else, you're really not going to get a benefit. That's something we actively monitor throughout to see if they really are cooperating to the fullest extent, and we advise them otherwise if they're not, and we consider other options. But in terms of the population that has not been responded, are been those clients who really are preoccupied with some other issues and aren't really ready to initiate that level of change. It is something that we're always willing to revisit, but sometimes we'll kind of, again, readjust what our treatment is and then maybe come back to it when they're more available.